Oh yeah, here we are. I've been wanting to do this for a few days now. Time for some Dreamcast. Sega Dreamcast, the final console from one of the greatest video game companies to ever do video games. The Dreamcast was one of those, it's another one of those systems that we kind of look to and we go, oh no, it ended too soon. All that could have been, all that was and could have been, this sort of thing. So much potential, ahead of its time in so many ways. Not perfect. It's not a perfect console. I'm not saying that. It has some problems. It definitely has some problems. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're going to play some Daytona starting off here because we were playing Daytona on the Xbox yesterday. And it's on my mind. It's always on my mind. I want to welcome the last line to the chat. He's first in. And of course, with the pinned comment, how appropriate. Dreamcast. Sega. Or as we say, Sega. Also, Brian F. is here. Hello, Brian. Hi, Brian. Hi, Brian. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. I'm back in the living room. I decided I have way too many consoles set up in the bedroom. I have so much stuff set up in there. So I'm spreading things out. I have two different computer setups in two different rooms. I'm nuts. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I don't make any sense. Why do I do these things? I don't know. So anyway, back in the living room. We got some light in here today. So hi. Hi. This pretty good little setup over here. In the corner, I have a bunch of my crap in these containers and stuff. But I decided to set up some background stuff. So I have a bunch of joysticks over here. The Sega Saturn joystick with my bat top that I put on it. The NES Advantage, one of my favorite joysticks. I will always love the NES Advantage. I don't care what anyone says. Shut up. The turbo stick, which I don't really use, but it does work great, and I need to use it more. Turbo stick for turbo graphics stuff. I have adapters, so I can use it on my Super Graphics or my Duo. So, yeah. And then underneath there is my Raya or whatever, Hayabusa Noir, whatever the hell it's called. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3 joystick. It's badass. And then my latest addition to that is the NES themed, as far as colors, the 8-bit Do arcade stick. Pretty awesome. Then some bunch of boxes back there. Backgrounds. There's a couch. The cat may get on at some point. He's sitting over here. He's got a bench that he sits on over here. It's by the window, the big sliding glass door to the patio. He likes that. He likes to sit out there and watch the other animals. And then when he gets mad because he can't be out there, he runs around the apartment screaming at the top of his lungs. I love my cat. All right. That's enough of show and tell. We're getting back to the game, Daytona. I don't know who else is going to show up tonight. Sunday night is, especially late Sunday night, is probably the worst night to do streams. Everybody's trying to get everything together for Monday morning. Everybody has to go to work. They got to get the kids together, get things figured out for school the next day. They're trying to get some sleep, trying to wash clothes and make lunches, this sort of thing. So may not get too much in the way of participation tonight, but that's okay. I appreciate you guys being here, even if it's just me and you guys. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Joystick I'm using, or controller I'm using, is this one. It's my favorite Dreamcast controller that I have, just because I like the color scheme on it. I got this at a garage sale back in like 2007 or 2008, something like that. And I never saw it at retail. I saw it at garage sale, and they wanted like, I don't know, $5 or something for it. So I got it, and it's been my favorite ever since. All right, Daytona time. Oh yeah. Last line. What I want to see if I think something cut off there. Either you cut off or it cut off, but something's cut off. Oh, okay. Last line. What I want to see if a stream series from start to finish of Shenmue for the Dreamcast. Good luck with that. I've never beaten Shenmue. I really haven't put that much time into Shenmue. It's very daunting, you know? You get going on it and you're just like, oh, there's a lot here. I mean, that's cool. If I ever wanted to really dive in and just spend a lot of time with Shenmue, I just haven't done it. Game config. Let's see. Difficulty. Oh, can we guess? Let's do easy because I'm not normal. I am not normal. Grandia 2. Now that's one. I got to go through Grandia before I get to Grandia 2, but yeah. RPGs, man. They are the life killer. They suck your life, but they're so good. We're not using any vibration. All right. Controller settings. Analog calibration key config. I think we're okay on that. I don't need to mess with that. And I think we're this display. Oh, okay. You can slightly adjust it. Oh, that's interesting. Wish I could like do more than that, but that's okay. That's fine. The game stories are like Final Fantasy. They're different stories. They're not connected, so you can start anywhere. Oh, that's nice. I see. I understand. Yeah, Dreamcast was so far ahead of its time. It was doing stuff that wasn't going to happen for years later, you know? PlayStation 2 okay, so Dreamcast comes out in 99. PlayStation 2 comes out in 2000. PlayStation 2 doesn't have online capability for a while. It's a while before they add. You have to buy a separate adapter to even have online capability on the PlayStation 2. Most people don't even know about it for a long time. Xbox does have Ethernet built in, but it's not immediately. There's not like immediate online capability. That's something that comes later. I can remember when Halo first came out, we did like some trickery to play Halo online through some server stuff. I don't remember exactly how it was, but it wasn't built into the game for online stuff. That functionality, like I said, came later. So Dreamcast was way ahead. It was way ahead. Avocado Kayak Girl. I'm actually on time for once. Hey, me too. I'm actually a little early. I set this for 10, but I was like, I'm going to go ahead and start. Welcome, Avocado. Or should I call you Guac? No. What the guac? All right, here we go. I never really thought of avocados and kayaks as going together, but okay, so controls are pretty sensitive. I've got kind of used to playing this on the Xbox. It's a little more sensitive here on the Dreamcast. It's so sensitive. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. Okay, I am playing on actual Dreamcast hardware. And for the video output, I'm using a HDMI adapter from Kaiko, C-A-I-C-O, or K-A-I-C-O. It's an adapter you plug straight into the back of the Dreamcast, and it converts the VGA signal to HDMI. So what that means is a couple things. First, the picture looks fantastic. As you can see, picture looks very good. But the downside is that the games that don't support VGA do not work on this adapter. So there you go. I think that some people have been patching some of those games that don't support VGA to actually support VGA. I need to go see if I can reburn some of those games, because it would be great to have full support for as many games as possible. Because I really like using this adapter. It's very nice. It's very nice. If I do say so. I do say so, yes. Oh, check it a chat. Check it a chat. Let's see. Where am I? Last line. Yeah, Sega was ahead of their time. I think Dreamcast could have been a lot more successful if the online infrastructure was better at the time. Definitely. It is what it is. I mean, for having dial-up as its primary internet, I did play online a couple of times. I played Phantasy Star Online with dial-up, and I played NFL 2K, or maybe it was 2K1, one of those on dial-up, and something else. And I did download the DLC for Sonic back in the day. And I did their online web browser and the stuff they offered. It was pretty good for the day, for back in those days. It was pretty good. But yeah, it was pretty limited because it was dial-up. It is what it is. Later, they did bring out the Ethernet adapter, but yeah, that was too little, too late, right? Plus, I think most games don't even support the Ethernet adapter. So it is what it is. Avocado says, yay, Daytona USA. Well, I know about different kinds of avocado trees, and I know about kayaks, so I made this name. Fair enough. Tree Girl. I will call you Tree Girl. Fafford TV. Aru yourself. Aru you. I don't know what that means. Avocado. I keep forgetting people have actual consoles and stuff. Yes, I do. I do have them. Avocado. I just click ROMs on handhelds. Hey, you know what? It's a good experience. You can have a lot of fun with ROMs and emulators and stuff like that. Absolutely. Dreamcast emulation's gotten a lot better too. It's a lot better. It's not perfect, but it has gotten a lot better. Chris Courage, the man, the myth, the legend. He says, did someone say Dreamcast? Not only did I say Dreamcast, I'm playing Dreamcast. Welcome, Chris. How you doing? Checkity chat and checkity checkpoint. Yes. Last line, I played Quake 3, Unreal Tournament, NBA 2K1 myself online. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I do have Quake 3 and have the keyboard and mouse, but I never played it online. I don't think I did on Dreamcast. I don't think so. Very nice. I like. Yes, Brian. Yes, Brian. Mike's Gaming Gala. What's up, dudes? What's up, yous? What's up, Mike's Gaming Gala? Cranable joins us. What's up, Cranable? We got a lot more people than I expected. Yeah, like I said, Sunday night, you never know what you're going to get. So that's nice. Very impressive. Very impressive. Hey, it's Mike's Gaming Gala. Yes. Fafford TV. What's up, Super Mega Graphics? What's up, Fafford? Reminds me of the Looney Tunes when the father. I don't know. Silver Wings, dude. I haven't seen you in a minute. What's up, Silver Wings? I noticed Silver Wings has been diving deep into those Jurassic Park games. Yeah, good gaming right there, man. Yeah, good stuff, dude. I bought those Super Nintendo ones, and I really need to spend some more time with them because I do like them. Even the first one, which is really cool, it's just not as good with the mouse as I was hoping it would be, but it's still really good. That second one is nice. And the Genesis games, yeah. I don't know about that 3DO one. But and there's one on the Saturn that I'm not too sure about. But a lot of the Jurassic Park games are really good. Last line, my new handheld The RG34XX SP plays Dreamcast very well. There you go. There you go. You can play along while we're doing the stream. Avocado, last line. I think I know that handheld, maybe possibly. Last line. They had Alien Front Online 2 that came with a microphone for Dreamcast so you could talk online. Wow, I didn't realize that. I did not know that. I didn't know the Dreamcast had that. That's pretty cool. Silverwing, Sunday night is like a box of chocolates. That's right. That is right. That's right, Drill Sergeant. Cranable, what's on DJC stream? And man, that Tina was pretty into Chuck. He's getting trolled. He's getting trolled pretty hard. He knows it too, but it's whatever. Everybody has to entertain themselves. Last line, yeah, it's good. Avocado, Kayak Girl, it's also very similar form factor to the Game Boy Advance SP, which is why I bought it. SP is a very good form factor. Sir Wings, the Super Nintendo ones are the hard ones. Well, that explains something. He made me feel a little better about myself by saying that. Thank you, Sir Wings. I appreciate that because I'm like, they're pretty hard. Mike's Gamey Gala. Sunday nights are editing nights for me, so I'm usually around. Mini review for today is one of the Atari porn games. Oh my. You're going full Magic Mike. Well, we'll look forward to that. Be careful with the editing, you know, you don't want to snip the wrong. Anyway, never mind. You know what I'm saying? Last line, Super Nintendo ones of the handheld. That's the one I have. It's colored like a Super Nintendo controller. You know what I'm looking forward to is getting my Game Gear back because, I mean, it's going to be a while, but when I do get it back, I really want to play that Jurassic Park for the Game Gear. I used to have the cartridge for my Game Gear, and it's the Master System version basically, but I want to play it. I just really couldn't play it that much on my Game Gear before because the screen was so bad, but that's a cool game. I could play it on Master System, but I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to my Game Gear again. Silverwings 3DO is the weakest of Jurassic Park games, and it was on the S700. Oh, it was on a $700 system. Yeah, no kidding. All right. See if I can remember how to steer. Spent too long talking. Not enough time driving. See, doesn't that, I mean, I don't know how good it looks on YouTube, but it looks fantastic right here. The VGA adapter, the HDMI adapter I have, it really does a good job. When I got it, I mean, it's been a few years, but when I got it, it was only like $29 or something like that. It does a really good job. I think it's like a little bit more than that now, but they have different versions out now.
Check your position. Checkpoint. Your time's extended.
I could always feed a VGA cable from my Dreamcast to my OSSC, and I bet I would get at least as good a picture as this, probably better. Oh no, that's terrible. But I've never tried to do it. 6th place. I could have done better than that. I could have done way better than that. Oh my gosh. It's embarrassing.
Six.
I am aware of this. Like, I know I just placed 6. Thank you. Xander Pac-Man. Xander Pac-Man. What's up? New name? New face? Same mission. What's up, dude? All right. Same model, same make. I heard they're making a new 2D retro style Terminator 2 game. Looks pretty good from what I saw. All right, we'll try this one again. Brian F says, I got several modded Game Gears. The new screens make it so nice. Also, a new power board and lithium batteries will get you 10 hours of play. Hell yeah. Yeah, Chris has done quite a bit on my, or he's doing quite a bit, I should say, on my Game Gear. It had some issues beyond just having a bad screen. Apparently there's a problem with the power board, and he recapped it. So there's a lot that he's doing inside of it. Oh my, the way that sounded. But when I do get it back, I think it's going to be pretty good. I mean, I don't want to get my expectations like super like crazy, but I think it's going to be way better than what it was for sure. And with that new screen, I'm really looking forward to that. But I think, yeah, I was thinking I'd probably get a lot better battery life out of it. So yeah. We'll see how it does with my rechargeables. I got some pretty good rechargeables. I have some crappy rechargeables, but then I have some really good ones. So we'll see how it does. I'm optimistic. Pac-Man says, hey, I just got done streaming privately with friends. I didn't have a Dreamcast, but a lot of my friends love it. And you know what, Pac-Man? You would love it too. It's hard to hate the Dreamcast. You really have to go out of your way to not like the Dreamcast. If you don't like the Dreamcast, I'm going to question a lot of things. I'm going to have questions. Let's just say that. We're going to have a deposition. We're going to sit down. We're going to have a lot of attorneys present. There's going to be a lot of questions back and forth. At the end of the day, I can't make any promises about how the outcome will be, but you could lose your retro card. There's a lot at stake. You could lose your retro card. So I'm not trying to tell anybody they have to like the Dreamcast. I would never do that. I'm not the guy who's telling you what to like or what not to like, but I would question you. I would have hard questions. Brian Ebb, yep, every Game Gear needs new caps. That should be a t-shirt. I should make a t-shirt that has a Game Gear on it, and it says that. Every Game Gear needs new caps. I really should do that. That would be a good one. And if I do, Brian, I'll give you credit for that. Thank you. 10 points to Brian. Avocado Girl, Xander, do you ever plan on streaming to YouTube? Pac-Man, I really should, Avocado. What would you like to see me stream? Oh. I assume, Avocado, that Xander Pac-Man, I assume that you're streaming to Rumble maybe, or one of these other services. My apologies, I'm not familiar with you, but that doesn't, don't take that the wrong way. I'm not familiar with hardly anything. I'm very unfamiliar. I am nothing if not unfamiliar, or what, you know what I mean. Cranable, do you believe the GameCube and Dreamcast are very low in my all-time favorite systems? What? Grandpa? Well, I can understand the GameCube to an extent because, the GameCube was a strange system. The controller was weird. It wasn't as available in a lot of places. Some of the games most of the games are on other things as well, except for the Nintendo releases, I can understand that. And the Dreamcast was only around for a short period of time. And it was immediately completely eclipsed by the PlayStation 2. So I guess I can understand that too. I mean, honestly, most of the systems that I like the most are weird. I mean, the TurboGrafx, I totally understand why people don't like the TurboGrafx, because it's weird. It was a strange system. It was unavailable to a lot of people for a lot of reasons. The games are very niche in a lot of ways. So, yeah, I understand that. I got you. Xander says, I stream on Twitch. Ah, there you go. Rumble was recommended to me. There you go. I do not really use Twitch. I used to try to do something on Twitch a little bit, but I never really got comfortable at Twitch. It just wasn't really for me. Avocado, Alexander, Pac-Man, if it's on YouTube, I'm able to join the streams easier. Well, there you go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can change our view here. Oh, yeah. Sometimes when you change the view, you would think it would be easier or harder, and it's the other way. It surprises you. You're like, oh, I think it'll be easier if I do this, and then you're like, whoa, this is way harder. Or you're like, I don't want to use that view. That's probably going to be a lot harder, and then it turns out to be a lot easier than what you think. For some reason, like I switched to this view with the hood, and I was expecting it to be a lot harder, but it's actually pretty good. Maybe it's just from all my years of Ridge Racer and stuff like that. I don't know. Ouch. What was I saying about it being easier? Third place. That's better. That's better. Could be better, but that's better than what it was.
You place 3rd.
Check it in chat. Mike Wolf. The wolf is among us. Mike, what's up, dude? What's up? What's up, Mike? Hello, Mike. Cranable says, what hurts the Dreamcast for me are the Sega first-party games. I wasn't really into Shenmue, Samba de Amigo, Jet Set Radio, Sonic Adventure. I understand that. I'm not into all of them, all the Sega games. There's some that I really like, but I'm not into all of them for sure. And if you're not into any of them really, then yeah, you're not going to like the Dreamcast. Thunderpin. What's up, Thunderpin? Hello. Nice choice of game. Thank you, Thunderpin. Thank you. Chris Courage. The GameCube doesn't exist to me. Whoa. Hot take. Chris Courage coming in hot. The GameCube doesn't. I gotta say it like I'm gonna try to put some emphasis on this. I'm gonna put the right emphasis on the correct syllable. He says the GameCube doesn't exist to me. There isn't anything I want to play on that I can't just play on the PlayStation 2 or OG Xbox. If I was into the GameCube exclusives, then that would be different. It's very dramatic. Very dramatic, Chris. Hot take. Xander says the GameCube at least had the original version of Resident Evil 4. That's true. And Rogue Squadron 2 is also very good on the GameCube. F-Zero GX. Some good games on the GameCube, man. Some good games on the GameCube, man. Come on, brah. Brian F. Twitch is too twitchy. It is very twitchy. Avocado. Twitch makes me have to do the 2-step verification thing each time now. Didn't used to make me. Well, that sounds terrible. Trying to force you to do something. Mike's Gaming Gala. Back in the day, it amazed me. Oh, man, I had to sneeze. Oh, that came out of nowhere. Sorry about that. And while I was reading Mike's Gaming Gala, too. Oof, how rude. He says, back in the day, it amazed me that you could see the damage on your car in the arcade. Such a great racer. Got to pull out my Dreamcast and give it a go. It is a great version. It is a great version of Daytona. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this game blends some stuff from Daytona and Daytona 2. If I might be wrong about that.
Dinosaur Canyon.
Yeah, I think some of the stuff is from Daytona 2, like Dinosaur Canyon. So it's like a hybrid game of some sort. Dinosaur Canyon. Jurassic Park. There you go, Silver Wings. Dinosaur Canyon. Oh, man. Avocado says, anyways, I have to sleep soon. Bye for now, everyone. Bye, Avocado. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I enjoyed your presence. I mean, you didn't bring any presents, just your not physical, your digital presence. Thank you. You know what I'm saying. Thank you. Mike's Gaming Gala, night, Avocado. Xander says, sleep well, Avocado. You sound like, what was that scene on Game of Thrones? Before the Battle of the Bastards, when Sansa, right when I don't know why I'm thinking of this. They're all on horses sitting there talking to each other before the battle, and Jon Snow's trying to get what's his face to get off his horse and fight him, but he won't do it. And then Sansa has enough, and she says, "You're going to die tomorrow. Sleep well." Rides off all slow. I don't know why I thought of that. Sorry. VJC, what's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? Chuck says, this is neither turbo, nor graphics, nor intelligent, or television. I don't understand. Chuck, sometimes things happen that are outside of our understanding. The world is complex and cruel. And in the cycles of the annals of time, I don't know. like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. How you doing, Chuck? I was watching the rest of your horse racing. Man, that was terrible. I did absolutely horrible. I blew through all my money immediately. I lost every single race I bet on. That was crap. I'm not good at that game. Like when Casey decided to take over the play-by-play, doing the streams and stuff for that, I was actually kind of glad because I'm terrible at that game. But it's fun. It's good. Mike Wolf, I missed your late night stream last night. That's okay. It was very late and out of nowhere. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. Xander says, I have Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi on PC. I could stream those. You absolutely could. In fact, I believe you should. If you bring up that you have them and you don't stream them, I think that there's, again, questions to be asked. Yeah, you should do that. Cranable, but I love Daytona USA and Sega Rally. Well, there you go. Yeah, the Sega Rally on Dreamcast is actually pretty good too. I know some people criticize it because it has some performance issues, but who doesn't, if you know what I mean? I like it. I think it's good. I really enjoy it. I always have. I didn't even care that there were performance issues. I didn't even realize there were until years later when people talked about it on the internet. And I was like, really? There is? And I go back and played it. I'm like, oh, okay. Gets a little choppy here and there. I mean, we played Nintendo 64. I mean, you talk about bad frame rates. I used to play the first 3D like polygonal racing games, like Race Driving and Hard Driving. Have you ever played those games? I played a game called Vet, like Corvette on PC back in the day before I even had VGA graphics. It was like CGA or EGA graphics. Frame rates were not something that I mean, we were happy to have animation. We played flight simulators that were like So I'm a little more tolerant than most people about that sort of thing. That's my point, I guess. Let's see. Chris Courage. DJ says, I'm lurking, making snacks. Just need blocker or turbo ear graphics to watch more. Okay. Blocker? I don't know. Cranable Chuck is into turbo television. Mike Wolf, dude, I don't understand why you can't buy ports of this game on modern consoles. Yeah, why did they not do that? Music licensing or something? I don't know. It's Sega, man. Who knows? Silverwings, Jurassic Canyon, yes. Okay, Brian F. It's a very dreamy stream. A very dreamy stream. That would have been a good name for this one, actually. I might steal that next time, Brian. You have good ideas, Brian. Have I ever told you that? You should be a consultant for YouTubers. At least me. I don't know about other YouTubers, but I consider you my consultant. Sir Wings, I played Race Hard Driving in the arcade. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Chris Courage, bad racing game frame rates? I used to play Speedway Classic on the Apple II. My man. The Apple II. Yes. We had Chuck Yeager's Advanced Flight Simulator on the Apple II. That was bad. I mean, it was cool back in the day, but the frame rate, oh man, it's not good. Crannibal, rumor is that DJC might be doing weekly smashed horse racing. Oh. So Casey will have like the more family friendly horse racing, and then Chuck will come in for the horse racing after dark, as they say. That would be fun. That would be fun. Making food now. I'll watch on TV. Indeed, sir. Thank you. Thunderpin, if Sega makes a new Daytona and Outrun, my life is fulfilled. Yes. Yeah. That Outrun on the Nintendo Switch is pretty cool. That remake they did, it's got a lot of good features. I think most people's favorite Outrun, if not the original arcade, is that one that came out for like PlayStation 2 and Xbox and stuff like that. That one's fantastic. The 3D polygonal one. But they should do a new one. I don't know why Sega's not putting out new racing games. Like new Daytona and Sega Rally, Outrun. There's so many they could do. I don't know why they're not. It's very strange. I don't know. Brian F. Maybe DGC will do a co-stream with Tina. Who is going to do the weekly TI-99 Munchman streams? These are the questions that need answers. Crannibal, imagine a new Outrun. Yes. That's all we can do right now.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
It's just imagine. But yes, a new Outrun, dude. For sure. For sure. I mean, there's been some people that have made similar type games. You know, there's some like that Horizon something, whatever that one was. But just a full-on new Outrun with like modern graphics and everything. Yes, I'm down. I have that Sega Rally that came out on the PlayStation 3 that's like more modern. And I would love to just see that get ported to the new consoles with like a 60 frames per second and like 4K or something. Because it looks and plays great. It just needs a little bit better frame rate and resolution. Doesn't really even need, I mean, you could add more to it, but even if you didn't, it'd still be fantastic. That's a really cool racing game. It's a good version of Sega Rally. Oh man, I'm all over the place again. For some reason, I really struggle on this track. Everything feels different. Oh crap, wow, that was terrible. Couldn't even see what happened. I'm gonna have to use this view. Oh, here's the tunnel. I like it a tunnel. I always struggle on this back end. I'm gonna get better at this. Oh, not right now, but eventually. I promise. I swear. I swear. Oh, wow. I did the Tokyo Drift on that one, except not well. Uh-oh, I'm gonna die. I guess I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna... You don't die. You just run out of time and the race is over. It's not like they kill you if you don't... Wow, that'd be a very strict racing circuit. Oh, yeah. I don't know what was happening right there. No! I was so close. I was so close. 14th, I didn't even finish. That was terrible. Terrible. That was terrible. Horizon Chase Turbo is great. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Cranable. Sequel to it is also amazing. I don't think I played the sequel. I don't think I had played that one. So much nostalgia for this title back in the newly out Saturn. Yes. I'm going to get better at this. Not now, but eventually, yes. One day. I've only had this for 20 years. One day. Or more than 20.
Seaside Street, Desert City, National Park Speedway, Circuit Pixie.
Circuit Pixie.
Rin Rin Ring.
Rin Rin Ring.
Mermaid Lake.
Oh yeah.
37 Speedway. Dinosaur Canyon.
Okay, that was the first one right there.
Mermaid Lake.
Let's see what Mermaid Lake is all about. I don't think I'm sure I've raced on these. I just don't remember them.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. There's actually quite a bit of content in this game. Back in the day, if you bought this, you got your money's worth. These arcade racing games, you know, they still make arcade racing games, obviously, but back in the day, it was like, I don't know, I think these were a bigger deal than they are now. To me, they were, for sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. Analog stick works great after all these years. I was talking about that yesterday. You know, Nintendo Switch can't keep a stick working more than a couple of years, but the Dreamcast controllers are working just fine. Oh, wait, get back on the track. Oh, get off the grass, man. Oh, what am I doing? Just totally lost everything right there. Turn my life upside down. One thing that's a little strange is the reflections that they use, the way they do reflections on your car. They look like, it almost looks like there's like a sheen of like liquid pouring over your car. So it's a little weird. I mean, it's cool that they tried to do something with that, I guess, but I almost kind of wish that it didn't have that. They just didn't try to do that effect because it's a little bit distracting. Oh boy, that was terrible. Wow, I've messed my car up bad on that one. Damn. Come on, we can do it. Get down. Yeah, you gotta kind of focus. The controls are a little sensitive, so you gotta like just barely use the, analog. You can't use the D-pad because the D-pad controls your camera. It doesn't control the racing, so you have to use the analog. Oh, damn it. Oh no, I went in the pit. I wasn't trying to do that. Now I'm gonna lose all my positions. All of them. Oh, it just ended. I guess because I crossed the finish line. Huh. Even though I went to the pit. Well, you know what?
You place third.
I'll take it. That's a surprising ending. What a twist. That was a Shyamalan level twist at the end. Okay, let's see. Casey's here. Hello, Casey. Casey, I got third place, despite you showing up trying to jinx me. What's up, dude? We were talking about your horse racing because Chuck was doing horse racing earlier. Cranable, I got to go collecting some Z's. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for hanging out, Cranable. Anytime, man. Anytime. 1-inch biceps. What's up, dude? I haven't seen you in a while. Watch out for the mermaids. Yes. That's words to live by. Words to live by. Not just in this game. Max Gaming Gala. Casey. Yes. My OG Switch controllers still work like a champ. My Dreamcast controllers, not so much. Wow. Really? So I had the opposite experience. Wow, that's interesting. Your OG original Switch controllers still work like a champ, but your Dreamcast controllers don't. Wow. I believe Mike may live in an alternate version of this reality. There's a lot of things. I'm putting together a case. I'm not ready to make the video yet, but it's coming. Casey, all mine work. Never wore them out, I guess. You know what? I'll be honest. I've never actually worn out any of my Switch controllers either. Although I did give my original Switch to my daughter years ago, so I don't know how those controllers are doing. And I don't even use the damn Joy-Cons. When I play my Switch, I'm pretty much only playing in docked mode, and I use the Pro controller. So they'll probably last forever because I don't really use them. Mike's Gaming, I still have a couple good Dreamcast controllers, hit and miss. Guess not. Yes, I will hit and miss. I guess. Okay, I got you. Chris Courage, I wonder if that's legal in real NASCAR, being able to cross the finish line to pit. You know what? I think so. I think it is. I don't think we need to look that up. I think we can accept it. I think so. Mike's Gaming Gal. I mean, the Dreamcast has 20 years on the Switch, and I used to play the hell out of it. That's true. That's a good point. Well, look who it is. Metal Torso, the Iron Chest. What's up, dude? We're playing Dreamcast tonight. Badly, but we're playing it. Just not very well. All right.
Mermaid Lake. Rin Rin Rink.
Rin rin rink. Rin 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 rin. That's the noise I'm making when I'm in traffic sometimes, and somebody like starts like revving their engine and trying to like act like a badass on the freeway and swerve in and out between cars and act all pissed off. Sometimes I'll make this noise. When I see them do that, I'll go, rin, 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 rin. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a badass. Calm down, everybody. We got a badass here. I saw that. Love the Dreamcast. Yes. Yes. What a great console. What a great console. I don't think I'm going to do well on this course. I don't have a good feeling about it, but we're going to try it anyway. Look at all the helicopters. There's a lot going on this track. Oh, look at the waterfall. Don't go chasing them. Don't chase waterfalls. I learned that from Left Eye Lopez. I'm sliding all over the place. I need better tires, man. These tires are crap. Man, all that shit on the screen is very distracting. Oh, damn, I did it again. I gotta remember that. Right after the waterfall. Watch out for that. Your time's extended. My time's not the only thing that's extended. Oh my. All right, there's the waterfall. Then, yeah, here we go. Ah! Wow, wow. That I was trying not to. Well, at least I'm not the only one that fucked that up. But good Lord, that was terrible. It made my previous failure look like a success. Oh, we just barely made that. That was close. That was very close. I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Come on, we can do it. Yes. Woo. Very stressful. All right, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know how to handle this. Go, 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 go. Yeah, I don't know how to handle that. Even though I didn't finish, how do you place 10th if you don't finish? You know, I don't need to be coddled, okay? If I didn't finish, don't give me a place, you know? Sheesh. Let's see. Mike's Gaming Gala. Although I do like the idea that a conspiracy is starting, that I'm a secret agent from an alternate dimension trying to manipulate your reality. I hadn't put all that together yet, but I believe Alexander McCracken might be working on an expose. I've been seriously thinking about bringing back my Alexander McCracken character. I thought about starting up a Rumble channel as Alexander McCracken. I really had thought about this because I thought it would be really fun. But the problem is that politics has become so, let's just say, not fun. I don't really like talking about politics at all, but maybe as a farcical kind of thing, I thought it might be amusing. But I don't think people have a sense of humor anymore. You know, I don't think because of everything going on, it's a good idea to dive into that. So probably not going to do that. But there are moments when I think it could be fun. Brian F., do they give you any opinions to adjust sensitivity in the game? Or options? Did I say opinions? I did. All right, let's see. Let's back up. Okay, I don't need to back up. All right. I need to go into the game and then find it. There it is. There we go. Options. So we got it on easy already. That's step one. We already had that. Player one controller settings. Key config, analog calibration. Let's see what we can do with the analog here. Maybe we can improve this. Here we go. You might be onto something here. Turn our sensitivity. Let's try that. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that helps. It might not help, but it might. Thank you for your suggestion. Brian, you get another 10 points. Thank you very much. Television Gator, one of your alter egos. I only have that one. I don't have any other alter egos. That's my one alter ego. Mike's Gaming Gala, LOL Casey, or is it the true one? Cyrus will never know. There's a lot of things I'll never know. I'm not good at knowing things. I'm the opposite of Tyrion Lannister. We're talking about Game of Thrones. Tyrion said, I drink and I know things. I don't drink and I don't know things. So there. Circuit Pixie. Welcome to Circuit Pixie, where pixies are state of the art. Circuit City used to be a thing. I drink and I don't know things. Right. Correct. All right, let's see if the steering, it might be totally different now. I'm sure it will be. See how it handles. Interesting. I'm going to give it a minute before I form an opinion here. I got to take some turns first. Did I tell you guys what happened this morning when I woke up? I'll tell you in a minute because I have to concentrate for just a second so I can test the steering. I woke up really early. I did that late night stream. I started at about 1:30 in the morning at my time, and I didn't finish till like 3 something. But I woke up at like 8 o'clock this morning, so maybe a little bit before 8. So I didn't get a whole lot of good sleep. Okay, I got to tell you, this feels a lot better. This was a good choice. I mean, this track is a lot easier too, but I'm gonna have to try this on a harder track because the sensitivity change has made a big difference. But I left a voice message on my Discord talking about what happened this morning. I woke up because I could smell smoke inside my apartment. Really intense smoke, like smoke. And I woke up and I smelled it. My cat was kind of freaking out. And I was like, what's happening? I went through my apartment. I didn't see any smoke. Nothing seemed to be happening, but I definitely smelled it. And I was like, okay, let me open my front door and take a look. I live in apartments and I have, next door neighbors. I also have upstairs neighbors. Open my front door and I looked out and I could see from upstairs, there's a window. There's a window in my kitchen, and then there's a window in their kitchen above me, like almost directly above where mine is. And I could see smoke coming down like coming out like I couldn't see up there where the window is exactly, but I could see smoke was coming down to where I could see it. I'm like, that's interesting. You would think smoke rises all the time, but it doesn't really do that all the time. It's funny, smoke. It's a funny thing.
You place first.
I got first place, dudes. Let's not lose that. That doesn't happen very often. That's a big deal. Anyway, so I see the smoke, and I was like, fuck, something bad's happening. So I had a bag of trash that I needed to take out. So I grabbed it and went out, went up the little steps to where I could turn around and look up at the apartment above me and look and see what I could see. And there was smoke just pouring out of this kitchen. So I'm like, is there a fire in this dude's kitchen? Is there anybody up there? I went up to the door and listened, and I could hear a little something, but not much. And I'm like, what is happening? So I'm like, I guess I don't know what's happening. And all the problems I've had floods after floods after floods in this apartment. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be appropriate, right, to not have any more floods instead of die in a fire? Wouldn't that be great? So I'm like, I guess I need to do something. So I banged on the door. Nobody answered. Nobody said nothing. I waited a few minutes, listened. Smoke still coming. Banged again. Start saying, hey, is anybody in there? Hello? There's smoke coming out of your apartment. Is anybody in there? Nothing. Dead silence. Several seconds. And I'm thinking, I guess I'm going to have to call 911 because they may have been, I'm like, did they pass out from the smoke? Is somebody dead in there? What the hell's happening? So I banged really hard, said, hello, is anyone in there? There's smoke coming out of your apartment. Is anybody there? Is anyone home? Few seconds pass, door opens real slow. And this guy comes to the door, very chill. He looks at me and he's like, can I help you? I was like, there's smoke pouring out of your apartment. Is everything okay? And he was like, oh yeah, I'm cooking. It's fine. And I was like, in the back of my head, I thought maybe that might happen, right? But I couldn't just not do anything or say anything because I was like, I mean, if I just assume it's just somebody cooking and they, for whatever reason, there's shitloads of smoke coming. If I just assume that and then the apartment burns down, wouldn't that be one of those, like, what if I had only said something? So when he said that to me, I made him repeat it again. I'm like, everything's okay inside your apartment? And he was like, yes, everything's okay. I'm just cooking. It's fine. And I was like, okay, thank you. Sorry. And I took the trash to the dumpster, walked back, looked, saw the smoke still coming. My apartment smells like smoke still from this. I mean, I've tried airing everything out. It still smells like smoke because that smoke came out of his apartment down into here where I'm at and just came into my apartment. But thankfully, we're all still alive and nothing burned down. It's just somebody that for some reason, that was the way he was cooking, I guess. So anyway, that was a good way to wake up. Let's see. Let me check the chat. Might see me. Morning wood? No, not this morning. You had to pee? Later. Mike Wolf, the stoner dude neighbor. I read it, the Discord, I think. Yeah, this wasn't pot smoke. This was like the other kind of pot smoke. This was smoke from, I mean, you could smell, it smells like, burnt stuff. It doesn't smell like that, but yeah. Mike Wolf, have you thought about moving? Have I thought about moving? That's interesting. I think you said you had a problem with the flood. Yeah, I'm definitely moving, but I'm stuck here for a little bit longer. I'm trying to come up with a solution to get out of here, but yes, I am moving. I'm not going to be here I'm not signing another lease here. Hill says, I always worry about fires happening here because of these stupid neighbors. Yeah. Yeah. Max Gaming Gala. So you've had water and fire. Now you just need a tornado for wind and the earthquake for earth. Yeah. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Thanks. It could happen. That could absolutely happen. We get tornadoes here all the time, and we've dodged them. I've thankfully never been in a tornado, but I have been very, very close to them. I don't look forward to that. That's not something that I'm trying to check off my bucket list. Thanks for bringing that up. Brian F. Cooking meth? If it was meth, I think I would be fucked up, like bad. Like, I think I would have inhaled a lot of chemicals today. I don't believe that I have. I don't think that I have. Now that you've said that, I wonder. No, I don't think so. Silverwings, water, fire, just need electric. Electric, yeah. And then you got all four elements attacking your apartment. Yes. Then I need spiritual warfare as well. We could have that, which may have happened at some point. Who knows? You never know. Yeah. Chris Courage, you did the right thing. Somebody could have died in there if they were asleep. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was worried about, was somebody's in there and has passed out or is in the process of passing out from the smoke. I mean, you never know, you never know. If I just like turn around, shrug my shoulders and walk back in, and then somebody died up there or the apartment's caught fire. Yeah, that would have been on me. That would have been, I would have never forgiven myself for that ever. Smells like skunk. Yeah, this doesn't smell like that. I know what you're talking about, Silverwings. Hell, Tantra Bull. What's up, dude? It's funny you mentioned this because years ago we did have to call the fire department because of my next door neighbor. I mean, a lot of people, the fires that destroy their homes or people die, they're not even their fires, right? I mean, look at what happened in California, These fires can spread, especially when you haven't had rain for a while. It's serious stuff, man. You never know. I don't know. Apparently, there was nothing wrong, but I don't feel bad about bothering the guy, I mean, if that had been happening to me, if I had a whole apartment filled with smoke and it was pouring out and somebody knocked on my door because of smoke and seemed concerned, I would appreciate that. I would be glad my neighbor gave a half a shit to try to do that. Cause it's, people don't bother other neighbors unless they absolutely have to. And so hopefully he didn't feel like the wrong way about it. He didn't seem like it bothered him. He seemed like a chill guy, but that was also concerning because I was like, what is happening in there? I see what's happening outside from all this smoke. I can only imagine what it must be like inside your apartment. Crazy. Mike Wolf, yeah, man, not a serious note. These are signs that someone's trying to tell you it's time to find a safer place. 100%. I need to get out of here. I am aware of that. I'm aware of that. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. It's okay, Mike. The other Mike, Gaming Gala Mike. It's okay. Hell Tangible, there was a smell coming from the place and no one answered, and they had to kick in the door and get in there, and it turned out to just be a candle smell. Of course, the landlord was mad. He had to replace the door. A candle smell? What the hell kind of candle? What? That's wild, man. That's crazy. Wow. That's wild. I want to try one of these harder tracks now that we changed the controls around. And see if it's a little easier to control.
Circuit National Park Speedway.
Yeah, let's do that one. see how this goes. It's probably still going to be bad. I'm not good. I'm not saying it's going to like be like, oh, now I'm awesome. But I just want to see if it feels better. Makes a difference. I mean, you know, I understand the landlord being mad the door got kicked in, but he'd been a lot more mad if the apartment had burned down or the house had burned down or whatever. Dreamcast has some really good graphics, man. It really was the first of the next gen systems, you know. If it had only had the DVD, that's what everybody's always said, but if it had only had the DVD, this could have held its own against PlayStation 2. Absolutely. GameCube, Xbox, and all that. But, you know, it wasn't meant to be. Oh boy, ouch. Oh, damn it. That was terrible. I get going and I'm not thinking, then it's too late by the time I realize what I got to do. Ah, damn it.
Check your position. Checkpoint. Your time's extended. Stay low in the turn.
That was better. Not perfect, but it was way better.
Check your position. Checkpoint. Your time's extended. This is the final lap. Check your position.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to finish this race.
Checkpoint. Your time's extended. Stay low in the turn.
Ah, damn.
Check your position. Almost out of time.
It's pretty close.
Your time's extended. Stay low in the turn. Check
Ah,
your position.
get on there. I don't think I got enough time.
Almost out of time.
Nope.
You Blaze.
Ah, well, you know, the control is better though with the less sensitivity. But I got a lot more practice I would have to get really good at this. Nice Gaming Gala. Dreamcast was the first time I really felt like I had the arcade at home. Crazy good. I think for me, depends on when you say the arcade at home. It depends on what you're talking about, because the first time I really felt like I had the arcade at home was probably the Super Nintendo when I played Street Fighter 2. It wasn't the same exactly, but it was pretty good. And then, of course, when I got Ridge Racer on the PlayStation, I was like, it wasn't exactly, but it was pretty good. So it just depends on what you're talking about. Virtua Cop on the Saturn, pretty good. Pretty good. Virtua Cop 2 is even better. Time Crisis on the PlayStation, That felt like the arcade. Yeah. But I see what you're saying. You know, the Dreamcast was like modern arcade for when it came out. It was exceptional. Absolutely. Hell says it honestly smelled like a stove was burning and it was starting to spread. Yeah. I mean, you don't know what's happening. So, you know, you erred on the side of caution, right? Xander says, I do not think a DVD player would have helped the Dreamcast. You don't think so? Really? One of the main things that sold the PlayStation 2 back in the day, a lot of people bought PlayStation 2s that didn't even care about video games because of the DVD drive. People were actually waiting to buy a DVD player for the PlayStation 2 to come out. A lot of people. You know, if the Dreamcast would have had a DVD ROM in it, that definitely would have made a difference. It definitely could have made a difference. Absolutely. Especially if you could play movies, you know? Yeah, man. I think so. Mike Wolf, I was having a blast today playing Virtua Racing Sega Ages M2 version. Dude, yes. You talking about on the Switch? Virtua Racing on the Switch is phenomenal. That is the best way to play Virtua Racing by far. The 32X one is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Of course, the arcade version, you know. But the Switch version is the best version. It's, you know, 60 frames per second, letterbox, widescreen, tons of extra features, enhancements, quality of life improvements. Yeah. Virtua Racing on the Switch is absolutely awesome. Mike's Gaming Gala, pretty good. Ain't the same. Playing Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast was bang on. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hell says Saturn was the first real home arcade for me since it literally is a home arcade system because of the SCB. Yeah. Oh, man. I remember the first time I played Street Fighter Alpha on the PlayStation. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. I think that smoke is making me sneeze too. Anyway, there was some games that really gave you that arcade at home experience. Anyway, but I understand what you're saying, Mike. Mike's Gaming Guy. I understand what you're saying. As far as the Dreamcast, what it recreated as far as arcade stuff. I mean, nobody's questioning. I mean, Soul Calibur. Oh, wow. You know, holy crap. Yeah. Dreamcast. Mike Wolf. Yes, I was totally shocked. Yeah. Pac-Man says, I chose a PlayStation 2 after the Dreamcast was discontinued because I loved its library, DVD video functionality, and backwards compatibility. The only thing I regret about the PlayStation 2 was its inferior version of Resident Evil 4, and that's it. PlayStation 2 is, I mean, obviously, it's one of the most prolific systems. For the longest time, it was the best-selling system of all time. PlayStation 2 is a fantastic system, absolutely. And now what you can do with it with emulation, you know, the upscaling and upresing and additional like video, enhancements and stuff that you can do on PlayStation stuff. I mean, you can play these games. Some of these PlayStation 2 games, if you play them through these emulators, they can res out to look like more like modern racing games and modern, you know, type of games. It's really fascinating what all can be done to enhance games from that era to make them look better, just running them through an emulator. It's really fascinating stuff. I have a really nice PlayStation 2 that, you know, I have a soft modded, so I have put a hard drive in it, fill it up with games and stuff. And I played it like that for a while, but once I really got into the you know, the PlayStation 2 emulator has gotten to the point to where once I really got into that, I was like, I don't think I'll ever play the actual PlayStation 2 hardware again, because what is possible it's just, it enhances these games so much. It's really fascinating. As long as you have a decent PC, you know, it's pretty cool. Hell Tangible firing up Street Fighter Alpha for the first time on Saturn and seeing those large sprites was a real game changer. Yeah, I didn't have it on Saturn back in the day, and then I got it later. I was very impressed. The Saturn's fighting games, 2D fighting games, holy crap, legendary stuff, man. Especially if you got the extra RAM, you know, cartridges and stuff. Very, very impressive stuff. Xander says, I emulate my PlayStation 1 and 2 libraries today. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I mean, I have my PlayStation 1 games. I can play them on my PS3, and I really like playing them that way. But yeah, dude, when you play Duck Station or something like that, and you up-res these things to 1080p, 4K, whatever, it's like, wow. You got to kind of tweak the games a little to turn certain features on and off to make it look how you want, but it's amazing. Ridge Racer is so cool at a higher fidelity. It's really awesome. It's very cool. I thought we were going to play more than just Daytona tonight, but I'm actually going to have to stop here, guys. I'm running out of time. I got to go to bed. I got to work tomorrow. But hopefully you guys enjoyed some of this. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the Dreamcast gameplay and some of the discussion. I know I did. I had a really good time talking to everybody. Plus there's some names and digital faces that I'm not used to seeing in the chat. And I always love to get acquainted with new people. So thank you for giving me a chance and stopping by and being a part of this. That's awesome. Thank you very much. I do this fairly regularly, although I don't have any kind of schedule and I don't have any kind of regular set time. I sort of just do things randomly. So maybe we'll see each other again. Maybe we'll get to hang out another time. But if not, it was awesome you being here at all. And I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, Xander. I appreciate it very much. This year I streamed both Parasite Eve games, and this year I've been streaming Xenogears. Ooh. Yeah, games that I need to play through, absolutely. I'm sure I met you in another stream and chat. I'm sure we have. Xander, thank you for being here. Silver Wings, as always, thank you for stopping by and enjoying the little bit of this, or hopefully enjoying some of this. Guys, check out Silver Wings stuff if you haven't. Great streams. He plays through so many games. Definitely look forward to seeing how you do on the rest of those Jurassic Parks. Mike Wolf, thank you for being here. Hell Tantrable, Mike's Gaming Gala, who is editing together some, shall we say, colorful things for us to watch very soon. Mike's Gaming Gala, Magic Mike. Who else was here? Casey, the Intellivision Gamer, the Lord of all horses. I like to call him Shadowfax. Chris Courage, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who does all the mods for all my consoles, repairs for things. If you're looking to have something done, talk to Chris. He will help you out. He's a really good dude, and he does really quality work. Brian F., if I didn't say you, Brian F. I know Metal Torso stopped by for a second. It's nice to see Metal Torso again. 1 Inch Biceps was here. Cranable was here. DJC Game Studios. It's good to see DJ. He used to do this thing a long time ago. He doesn't do it anymore, but he'd be like, do like some kind of thing. DJC Game Studios or something. I don't know what he would do, but it was fun. You got to bring that back, Chuck. That was fun stuff. Thunderpin was also here. Thunderpin has the best comments of all time. I always appreciate Thunderpin's input. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much. Avocado Kayak Girl. Avocados are awesome. Kayaks are ridiculously dangerous, but also super cool. And she's also a girl. So you combine all that together, and it's a unstoppable force. Avocado Kayak Girl. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Who else? Last Line. The Last Line. Dude. He's been playing some great games. You talk about some awesome RPGs. He's playing through the Final Fantasy Tactics games. I think he was playing through the one that was on PSP that got like remade or re-released not too long ago. He plays some awesome stuff. Sometimes I'll just watch Last Line as I'm like laying in bed trying to go to sleep. Not that he puts me to sleep. That's not what I'm saying. But, it's very soothing watching some of this stuff. Fafford TV? Fafford? Thank you for being here. Interesting name. Who else? Well, that's as far back as it's going to let me go, unfortunately. So if I missed you, you have my eternal apology. I will fall on that sword and own that fail for all time. My greatest and deepest and most sincere apologies. Mike says, yes, Cyrus, man, if you know somebody with an air purifier, it might be really help with the smoke smell. Yeah, I was spraying some stuff earlier, but I got to open the window. I didn't want to open the windows earlier because of smoke, but I'm going to open the windows here in just a minute and let it air out some tonight. Hopefully that helps. It gets cool enough. It's still hot here in Texas, but it gets cool enough to where you can kind of do that. Anyway, enough yapping out of me. You guys have been great, guys and girls. I greatly appreciate you, and I'll be back again soon. You guys take care. Have a good night. Have a great week coming up, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.